Hey, what's up, everyone? Ruben here at KinderDog PDX. So sometimes we get this question asked when we're on phone calls, even just in comments about why are board and trains so expensive? And board and trains are really expensive because they are a huge time commitment on the trainer's end. I mean, your dog is literally training with us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the duration of their stay. Even when they're in their kennels, they are training. Okay. And so again, this is just a very huge time commitment on our part. We're teaching your dog all kinds of skills. So they're getting multiple training sessions a day. They're getting out on walks multiple times a day. They're getting played with multiple times a day. If there's a facility involved, there's obviously overhead costs involved with that. I mean, even if you're in an apartment, you got to pay your rent and electricity and all of these things, right? So all of these costs, all of these things cost money, right? But I would definitely say that they are expensive because of just the huge time commitment that it takes. I mean, we need to put our lives on hold essentially. I mean, like when your dog is in our care, they are of the utmost priority. So we're not going on vacation. It's like we are here with your dog. Anything goes wrong at 2, 3 in the morning, we are there to, deal with it, right? Your dog has an accident in the crate. We're dealing with it at 3 a.m. I mean, all of these things factor in as to why a board and train is going to be so expensive. Something that we tell clients all the time or, potential people is board and train is a monetary investment where we're going to do a lot with your dog in a short amount of time. Your dog is living with trainers. And so that's why we are able to get your dog from knowing nothing to basically being off leash reliable in a matter of 4 to 6 weeks. Right. Private lessons are more of a time investment on your part. I mean, the same things that we are going to be able to cover in 3, 4, 6 weeks might take you 3 months, 6 months, a year, right? I mean, we have to consider your skill set as a dog owner, right? Are you a first time dog owner? Have you had dogs in the past? Have you ever trained a dog before? All of those things are going to factor in how much progress you can make and how fast the progress is going to be in your private lessons. And so when you opt for a board and train, you are opting for a much faster timeline. There's still going to be work on your end as to maintaining the training, learning how to do the training. I mean, there's still a lot of work on your end, but the heavy lifting part, the hundreds of repetitions that your dog is going through every day is done by us. And, again, that takes a lot of time, a lot of mental work. There's a lot that goes into it, and it's not just playing with dogs all day, right? And I think sometimes people believe that, or that's their perception is like, oh, you're just hanging out with dogs all day. And it's like, no, we're not. And especially if your dog has behavior issues, I mean, these things are stressful, I mean, a dog who is reacting at something has a potential to bite, and so we have to be cognizant of these things. Another thing that can factor into the cost of a board and train is just, what is the skill set of the trainer? I mean, a lot of the ones that I know, travel to a lot of different trainers and, learn from them and build that skill set up. So that way we can give you a dog that is reliable, listens to you, isn't shut down. I mean, there's so many things that go into it that it's like, we're trying to give you the best possible product. And, when we're traveling to see other trainers and learn these techniques and everything like that, like you're paying for that also. And those things absolutely matter. I don't know how many times I meet up with a client who's maybe done a board and train in the past with another trainer. And like, I don't know. Everybody trains a little bit differently, but sometimes I just ask myself, like, what the hell is that? You know, like, what the hell was that? And it's like, we need to go back and we need to like reassess the dog. We need to start things over. I mean, there's so many of those things. And so it's like good trainers are going to be traveling, learning from other folks, changing their skill set up, they're just evolving. right? And again, like all of these things factor into a board and train, and it's going to be expensive. I mean, our 3 week board and train is 3,500, our 4 week is 4,500, and our 6 week is 6,500. And at the end of those programs, you're going to have a different dog, but again, it's like we're able to cover a lot in just a short amount of time. Private lessons are great, and they are much, much cheaper, right? Like maybe a quarter of the cost, a third of the cost. But it's on you now. I mean, like what I always tell clients is I am your coach and you are your dog's dog trainer. You are learning how to train your dog. And, that just takes time, but that is a much more economical approach, I would say, because it's just cheaper, right? But you just have to ask yourself, like, okay, what is going to be best for us, our family? So board and trains, they are expensive. There's no doubt about it. And private lessons are just a much cheaper option, but the time frame is just going to be extended more, and that's not a problem. It's like dog training is a journey, and it's not about getting to point A to point B as fast as you can. It's just, it's just getting there, right? However long it takes. So if you're thinking about a board and train, great. If you're thinking about private lessons, that's great. But I just wanted to clarify as to like what goes into the costs of what makes a board and train so expensive. And I think that pretty much is it. It's a very time intensive activity on our end to give you a dog back that is the same but different. Okay. So, yeah, this here is again, this is the Kindred Dog podcast. We've been on a little hiatus, but we're definitely bringing it back. If you have things that you want covered, you can go to our website to the podcast tab and you can put down suggestions for future episodes. That's always helpful for us just to give us a little bit of guidance. I mean, I'll always have topics, but I definitely want to hear from you as to what's on your mind. What are you struggling with? What do you have questions about? Yeah, anything that's on your mind. So, and hit us up there and we can, add them to the next episode. So as always, I'm Ruben. This is Kindred Dog PDX. We are based in Portland, Oregon. You can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And anyway, yeah, hope you all have a great day and we'll talk to you later.